In this video I am talking about this tiny Sony 35mm f1.8 FE. This lens has come out quite some time ago, but have never had a chance to use it. I've got it here with me in very cold, wintry Krakow to run it through its paces and see if this lens actually is any good and if this lens is for you. So if you want to find out more about this lens, keep watching, don't skip, and yeah, I'll tell you more about it. Sony 35mm f1.8 has been out for a long time now. I have reviewed before the 85 and the 50, which kind of go in the same series, in the same set. 85 is great. 50 is the cheapest Sony lens they make. It's okay, but it has got limitations. And this lens is also high quality and very affordable for Sony lens. This lens is great for travel. It's small, and also the focal length, the 35mm, it gives you that wide aperture. This lens gives you wide aperture f1.8, which is great for low light, but also gives you that focal length, which is great for portrait, for street photography, for architecture, and it's not too wide. It doesn't distort as much as wide-angle lenses, but also lets you photograph people and portrait as would you do with 50, but gives that more field of view. I was never a big fan of 35mm lenses because I'm a fan of 50, and 50 usually gives me that field of view, the natural field of view I need. But the 35 is more versatile. You do get more surroundings. So for example, when you photograph people, you do get more environmental around the person. So you can photograph them full body, full person, and the surrounding as well in a smaller space without going as far back as with 50 or any other lens really. And with this lens, with the f1.8, you also get a really good low light performance. The quality this lens delivers is pretty good, as expected from Sony. The autofocus works very well, silently and quickly, but in more difficult conditions occasionally misses the eye when I was photographing a model. Yeah, not a big problem, maybe just something to be aware of, that in the more difficult lighting conditions or more difficult situations, the focus can miss. The chromatic aberration is present as with all lenses in this kind of price range, but what is surprised for the lens in this price range is there's no, which is zero, focus breathing. Very good. With f1.8, this lens creates really nice, I would say safe and pretty standard Sony bokeh. It's smooth, it's nothing wow, it's just nice and smooth, what you would expect from any Sony f1.8 lens. The flaring, on the other hand, when you shoot towards the sun or towards bright light sources, is a bit strong. You can actually see like the lens elements, the glass elements inside when the light shines inside the lens when you shoot toward the light. Not unusual, not really bad, pretty standard for the lens like this. I need to come back to autofocusing with this lens. It works. 99% of the time I had no issues with it. It literally just works as you would expect from the lens. But as I said before, on those rare occasions when you're focusing on something small, for example, or something at the minimum focusing distance, sometimes it struggles to latch on the autofocus. Yeah, difficult lighting conditions. Again, it's not very unusual for the lens like this to sometimes have a problem. You have to fight with it, you have to work with it a bit harder sometimes. But the smaller objects or just an occasional wobble, it's not something I'd expect from this lens, but it's there, just something to be aware of. It's not a problem. I don't see it as a problem as such, because if you are aware of it and why it's doing it, when it's doing it, you can always work with it and make sure that you get the best out of it and work around its limitations. Overall performance is rock solid. It's a pretty much standard mid-range Sony. You get what you pay for, you get what you expect from the lens like this. It's a lens that can deliver very good results if you work around its very little limitations, and I wouldn't say problems, limitations, little limitations. It's a lens that can give a lot of pleasure, a lot of joy shooting with. It's a very nice focal length, very nice lens. Yeah, very nice experience shooting with it. When shooting video with it, autofocus works very, very well. It is completely silent, the autofocus is completely silent, and the Sony's linear autofocus motor makes shooting sharp video hassle-free and very easy. Combined with any of the current Sony cameras, you get solid and totally reliable performance, autofocus performance. 35mm gives a great field of view to film with pretty much any type of video. Great for enhancing the sense of motion with, and its size and weight make it a perfect choice to film with from a gimbal too. For sure, one of the lenses that keeps giving, it is a lens that keeps giving and is made with a hybrid shooter in mind. There's no hiding, this lens is small. I absolutely love the size of it because for traveling, I am traveling now, I'm in Poland, in Krakow, taking pictures with it, is great. It's not pocket size, but almost pocket size. Weighs only 280 grams. It fits perfectly on any A-series camera, APS-C sensor or full frame like this, A7 IV. Very simple build, focus ring, a little bit loose, it could be a bit tighter, but okay, absolutely okay. Focus by wire, like with all lenses in this class. There's a focus hold button which can be programmed to any function you like on the lens, and simple auto manual switch. The filter size is 55mm, small filter size, which makes it cheaper purchasing filters for this lens. Price-wise, it is very affordable lens. For 35mm f1.8, it is £550 or $750 to buy, brand new. Competition-wise, you do have Sigma f2 35mm, which is roughly the same price. And anything f1.4 is significantly more expensive, and also the size. Only Sigma f2 is similar size to this. All the 35s I know of are significantly bigger. So value for money. Fact that it delivers good quality, fact that it's small and easy to carry with you and light as well. Yeah, the price, yeah, definitely worth considering. Good value for money. Conclusion, my final thoughts. I really do like this 35mm, not only because it is small and light, but also delivers amazing results. Definitely worth the Sony name on it. It is reasonably priced, and this 35 is a very versatile focal length. Great for all kinds of shooting scenarios. It's also perfect first prime lens. The 35, yeah, because you can use it for more shooting scenarios, you can go almost wide and also quite tight with portrait. Usable, very usable. It hasn't got much competition at this size and f1.8 either, which makes it a better value for money. It is great lens also for filming with no focus breathing. The size and weight again makes it perfect for gimbal work or run and gun shooting when you want to carry less with you or less weight with you. Do I recommend it? I do recommend it. I've actually bought this lens with my own money to use when I travel with, like right now. Recommend it, highly recommend it. And this is it from me. I hope this video was in some way helpful or informative. If it was, please give me the thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. This is how people from town use the water pump like this. But also it's great for environmental portrait or environmental type of photography. When you don't record outside because someone always has to make a noise.